Välkomna allihopa till Export Music Sweden seminarium om USA Work Visa. Vi tänkte att vi börjar med en genomgång av Jasmine, hur det funkar med visum, när man ska ansöka, vad man ska ansöka. Sen tänkte jag att den här panelen här kunde få berätta lite egna erfarenheter om vad man kanske ska tänka på och vad man absolut inte ska göra. Och sen hoppas jag att det finns lite tid för frågor från er i publiken också.
So my name is Yasmin Habrawi. I'm from the U.S. Embassy. I'm here with my colleague, Morgan Sandmark. And we're here to give some information for visiting musicians to the United States. It's administered by DHS, Department of Homeland Security. It enables certain citizens from specific countries, such as Sweden, to enter the U.S. for 90 days or less without obtaining a visa. It's also important, though, to make the distinction that under the visa waiver program, you get an ESTA, which I will also discuss. I apologize if I'm confusing anyone. But it's not a visa. It's basically authorization to enter the U.S. So visa waiver program was basically designed, and it's an agreement between countries allowing certain citizens to come in without a visa. You must have a machine-readable passport, and it must be valid for at least 6 months. So here you can see a little bit on, what a machine-readable passport is. It'll have this symbol at the bottom there. There's like a barcode kind of thing that they can scan. Most of the recent Swedish passports are machine-readable. If you have any questions on whether it is or not, I would suggest you talk to your passport issuing agency. Again, though, but most of the recent Swedish ones are eligible. And here's just a quick list, actually, of the current countries that are included in the visa waiver. These countries are not permanent. It is ever-changing and being reevaluated. But this is just to kind of give you an idea of which countries are included in that. So now let's talk about ESTA. To summarize, it's basically the authorization allowing you to travel on the visa waiver program. As of January 2009, everyone is required to obtain this. It's very simple to do. You go online and fill out a form, and you get immediate feedback on whether you're approved or denied for the ESTA. It's important to remember also that sometimes you will require a new ESTA. The new ESTA is required, say, if you get a new passport, if you change your name, gender, if you change the country of citizenship, or if any of your answers to some of the questions that you filled out in ESTA changes. So you'll have to remember to fill out a new ESTA. The cost for ESTA is only $14. There's also always going to be a $4 processing fee, regardless of whether you're approved or denied. However, if you are denied ESTA, the system will not charge you the additional $10. So either way, you're not paying out the full amount, so that's good. You can pay with any credit card. The ESTA is valid for 2 years or until the passport expires, whichever one comes first. And you're allowed multiple visits. So within that 2 year, your ESTA is essentially valid for 2 years for multiple visits going back and forth. And this is where you can go to apply for ESTA. I just want to mention just quickly ESTA denials. It could be anything from if you ever previously refused a visa, you could be denied ESTA. If you have a certain criminal history, you could be denied ESTA. Not all criminal history is applicable to being denied a visa or ESTA. So it's really specific on different situations, and it's very complicated. I'm not going to get into it. The point is that I just want to make clear that not necessarily any type of visa refusal or ESTA denial means that you will be denied every single time.
What B1B2 visa is. That's the tourist and business visa. It's a visitor visa. It's a non-immigrant visa. So opposite of an immigrant visa. It's for somebody who wants to enter the United States temporarily for business or pleasure. The term business is complicated. When we talk about business, we generally say that you should not conduct work in the United States. Business is another, as meetings and stuff like that. And the musical content is it's actually quite specific, which I will get back to. As Yasmin said, you can be denied your ESTA for many different reasons. Most of the ESTAs are approved, of course, but you can be denied. So you are welcome to apply for a tourist, a business visa. Now, ESTA is really quick on making snap decisions, whereas with a a visa interview, we can go into your case. Let's say we're talking about a crime, we can look at what type of crime it was, what sentence you got, how long ago it was, and then make a decision based on that. So ESTA denial is just that you can't travel on the visa waiver program, but you can still apply for a visa. And that's the only way you're going to get to the United States. We are careful not to, in presentations like this, to go in too much in detail on how to apply for a visa. And the reason for that is because it changes all the time. So we always tell people to go to our website. We try to make it as clear as possible. We know that we're not successful in that. We are trying to limit the text as much as we can, but it is a lot of reading. But a lot of times when I talk to people and say, it's very complicated, and I ask them, is it complicated or is it a lot to read? Well, it's a lot to read. Well, that's not necessarily the same thing. So it is, we try to make it as simple as possible. We do welcome feedback if there is something that is unclear, so feel free to email us. But you have to go through the website to apply. You can't call us, you can't email us to apply. It is all on the website. That's where you fill out the forms. That's where you get the forms. So you fill out the online DS-160 form. Used to be up to 3 different forms. We're down to 1 form now, so that's nice. It's a very long form to fill out, but it's a step-by-step form. So you click on the next and the next and the next, and you think you're never going to get out of that maze, but you will in the end. I will make this point here and now that make sure you get to the end where you electronically sign it, which is a weird thing, but you electronically sign it. If you haven't done that, we can't see it in our systems, and still, it's a little bit too often we have to send people away when they come, here's my confirmation code. No, it's not really, it's just your ongoing application code. So make sure you get to the end of it. Once you got to the end, you can go to our website, book an appointment online. That is the only way to get an appointment. That's where we want you to go. Even if we sometimes help you in getting a new appointment, we still want you to book the first available appointment here before contacting us and pleading for an earlier appointment, because we want to work in the system and switch you around there. Having said that, most of the times we do not switch you around. We just say, no, keep your time. If you're approved, you will receive your passport with a visa within 5 business days. The visa is a sticker that goes into the passport. So it has happened every now and then. It happens, people are calling us or emailing, didn't get my visa. And we're looking at them, oh yeah, we did send it out. So you didn't get your passport? Yeah, I got my passport, but not my visa. Open the passport. Well, what can a musician do under the B1, B2, or the visa waiver program? The reason why they are connected is that it is the same, once admitted to the United States, if they let you in and you travel to the border under the visa waiver program or on a B1, B2, and they let you in, you are in under the same status. You're in a B1, B2 status, business or tourist status. And you can actually do quite a lot under this status as a musician. You can record music in a studio. You can promote your music. You can go around and tell people that, hey, I got this new single out and it's really, really good. Don't sell it, but you can talk about it. And you can actually perform for no compensation in front of an audience that is not paying. Even if you're not getting paid, but the audience has paid an admittance fee, you cannot do it. So it has to be free of charge for those who listen and no payment for your artist. So what can't you do? You can't get paid. And you cannot play in front of a paying audience. It's actually quite simple. It all boils down to this. I'm sure there's like small questions about different scenarios. Hopefully we will have the answer to those scenarios. We'll see. So what if you want to perform for a paying audience? What we're looking at for most of your artists, almost all of them, is a P1 visa. So it's given to entertainers and artists who are coming to perform in the United States. It authorizes the alien to be able to perform with an entertainment group that has been recognized internationally as being outstanding in the discipline of a sustained and substantial period of time. So really, the visa class in itself is meant for recognized artists. In this particular visa category or work permit category, Department of Homeland Security can waive that. Waive is at undantag. To apply for the actual visa, which you remember is what you do with us, you first need the approved petition. And the petition is the work authorization. To obtain the employment authorization, you must have somebody in the United States that will function as your employer. That employer must submit a petition with the Department of Homeland Security, U.S. Citizens and Immigration Services, USCIS. We repeat this a lot. This is not our area. We're the Department of State, we're Utrikesdepartementet. We do not issue work permits, employment authorizations at all. We will have very few answers to anything pertaining to the process of applying for the actual work authorization. It is very important in the United States that different departments don't butt into each other's areas, mostly because the routines might change, and I might not be aware of those changes. So this is what the form looks like. You can access it at the USCIS website. This is a good point, by the way. .gov, because we talked a little bit about ESTA. I'm sorry, I'm going back, and we have all these so-called scam pages. Anything that doesn't end with .gov is not a U.S. government page. Just a little parenthesis. Good to know. If you're approved by USCIS, you will get the employment authorization, and the name of that form is I-797, and it's not a visa. Once you have the I-797, you can go and apply for the visa. Quick and easy that was. We'll see how quick and easy the questions will be.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Both of you.